Today, when we think of mentoring, we think of an older and wiser person usually associated with a big brother organization or community youth group whose job is to bring along the younger people. Or we think of mentoring in terms of HR departments that sponsor formal mentoring programs to develop the junior people of the organization. In most cases, the mentor has no title, rank, or significant impact on society. In contrast to this, mentors have played a crucial role in the development of kings and queens and national and organizational leaders throughout history. One of the most interesting examples of this that I found was Confucius. Confucius was a wise man and teacher who had political aspirations. He was asked by the Duke of Yu for advice, and the Duke of Yu was so impressed that he told the Emperor Han, who appointed Confucius his chief minister. The emperor relied on Confucius's judgment for almost everything and anything. Confucius, then desiring to help other rulers, wrote a book called the Analects, in which he taught people how to be a good ruler. The Analects took the form of question and answers, and Confucius taught actually over 3,000 young men in this way. His teachings lasted for over 2,000 years and are said to have a major impact on Chinese society even today. He's an excellent example of the fact that a mentor can have a huge impact on a king, a queen, a CEO, or the world at large. The Egyptians and Greeks, the kings and courts, also valued mentors very highly and usually had one appointed as either chief minister or chief counsel. For example, Alexander the Great was sent to study with Aristotle, who was his mentor, and later became his chief counselor. It was Aristotle that not only advised Alexander as to the Greek ways of civilization, but on how to unite the Greek city-states, which began with the conquest of Thebes. The English kings and queens also looked at mentors and chief counselors as an incredibly important part of their court. When King Henry VIII died, his friend William Cecil took Elizabeth I, known as Queen Elizabeth, to Hatfield House and protected her. Later, Lord Cecil became Queen Elizabeth's chief mentor and chief counselor. He advised her in all the arts of running a state such as England. At the time, Queen Elizabeth was very witty and very prone to take actions that were precipitous. And it was Lord Cecil who said that wit and powerful action was much less important in a queen than forbearance. In more recent times, presidents of the United States have sought counselors and mentors to advise them on times of dire national crisis. For example, Abraham Lincoln often flew to his Secretary of State's house in the middle of the night, William Seward, to ask for advice or to ask him to be his thinking partner on crucial issues like the Emancipation Proclamation. Lincoln intuitively understood that making a bad decision or bad timing could ruin the nation. John F. Kennedy appointed his brother Robert F. Kennedy as Attorney General and also used him as chief counselor. His advice was very, very important during the national emergency of the Cuban crisis, but the elder Kennedy consulted his brother on almost every single issue. Despite all we've said about mentoring, most presidents of countries and most CEOs of corporations have no mentor. Today, however, we're beginning to see a shift where leading presidents and leading CEOs have developed the title of chief mentor as something that's important as the CEO, COO, or Chief Technology Officer. For example, Prime Minister Lee of Singapore. When he retired, the Singapore National Legislature reported him, gave him a new title of Minister Mentor, whose job was to develop the next generation of leaders. Lee relishes this position. Another company that is very interesting is Infosys, founded by a man by the name of N. Murty. His title is known as Chairman and Chief Mentor. He sees his job as not only inspiring people as to the Infosys vision, but instilling in them the Infosys values that made the company a game changer in the industry. According to Murthy, his vision for the company is as follows. I want Infosys to be a place where people of different races, nationalities, and religions and genders work in an environment of intense competition, but with the utmost courtesy and dignity. Murthy is a very interesting man that begins every day with scrubbing toilets. He drives a humble Toyota car to work and takes a salary of no more than $44,000 a year. He does this to instill in all the Infosys employees that public service is more important than private gain. If you are interested in exploring further the opportunity of creating in your company or your organization a title known as Chief Mentor, and you want to explore how this can be of value to you and a benefit to your organization, please contact me at masterfulcoaching.com.